everybody, this is Miss K and welcome to Miss K on Postal. Happy motherfucking Monday. It's the beginning of a new month, baby, beginning of a new week. If you subscribe to all this calendar astrology stuff, it's technically the beginning of the new year, not January, but April. Look it up, Google it. And also, it's motherfucking April Fool's Day. Hey! Yeah, we fools, we're at the post office. Let me give you an April Fool's joke before I get started. So, this the joke. This the April Fool's today. So, if you have access and you can log on to the postal website, if you have email and stuff of that nature, or to the link, if you go in there, and I think it may be on if you log into your regular light blue. So on there they have for today. It's new. It's a brand new poster for today. It says the post office cultivating a safe workplace about zero tolerance. Get the fuck out of here. Cultivating a safe workplace. Motherfucker, you can't even cultivate half the time your carriers get robbed, shot, and then talk about a safe workplace when we have management harassing workers, workers harassing other workers, and you can't seem to take care of shit. People fighting everywhere, people calling each other names, but you want to cultivate a fucking workplace environment. That is the fucking April Fool's joke of the fucking day. That's a joke. So if you go onto your light blue and you look at the link, because you know they have different topics, they have different subjects, and that's the number one. Post it today, y'all. Post it today. Talking about how to create and promote a safe workplace environment, adhering to zero tolerance. Really? Get the fuck out of here. Can't even handle what the fuck y'all got. Anyway, enough of that fuckery and foolery with the post office talking about zero tolerance. We all know how that shit turns out, don't we? Okay. Anyway, so I know, or maybe you haven't heard, it became official today that UPS will be our new air cargo carrier starting when our contract ends with FedEx in September. Now, remember, guys, I told y'all a couple months ago that we are not renewing the contract with FedEx for them to take our air cargo anymore. The negotiations fell through. I guess the post office didn't like what FedEx was offering, whatever. They were playing with numbers. So that contract expires with FedEx September 29th. I know I mentioned this to you guys in a video, but today it has become official that the contract will end September 29th and that UPS will now be our air cargo carrier from now on. So you probably saying, what does that mean? Because remember, we were FedEx's biggest customer when it came to using air cargo for mail, for packages, whatever. Not the biggest as far as when it comes to regular movement of packages and mail, for smaller businesses or for whatever. We were their biggest clientele as far as mass wise. And now we're not. So now we are going to go to UPS. So FedEx will still continue doing what they're doing as far as domestic and international, also sending to Puerto Rico. But in a couple of months, because, baby, we already in April, May, June, July, August, September. But there's only 5 more months left. Damn, this year flying by, y'all. Flying by. That will be gone. And then UPS will pick up the slack. So in the 10-year Make the Post Office Great Again plan, DeJoy, who wants to move from using air cargo to primarily ground transportation, but we still have to move certain mail through the air, so we're using them. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, and somebody brought this to my attention. It's not so much happening at my facility on mass as it may be happening at other people's facilities. If you've noticed that at your facility, at your plant, that you may be getting new trucks, new trailers, that should be happening. I know there is a slow rollout because they're rolling out new trucks and trailers. Because remember, a lot of this mail we're sending to the SDCs to get processed. So if you're seeing that movement, this goes hand in hand with the fact that we're not going to be using FedEx and we'll be using UPS. Also, too, I don't know if you guys have noticed, or maybe it's not happening at your facility. Maybe it has already happened where I told you we're no longer going to be using contract drivers anymore. So for my facility, come the summer, we're not supposed to be using contract drivers. Now they still there. So I don't know what that's about. But we're not supposed to be doing that anymore. So this rollout, everything that's happening, I keep telling y'all it's a domino effect. The fact that we're no longer using FedEx and we're going to use UPS, right? The fact that we're no longer going to be using contract drivers. Everyone has to be employed and working for the Postal Service, and the rollout of new trucks and trailers for some of these drivers to have, because we're going to either be eliminating routes and, putting routes together or creating brand new routes. So it's a lot of shit that's been jumping off. Every goddamn month, something is jumping off here. Something is happening to move the move forward the momentum of what they're trying to do as far as changes in the post office. Now, I don't know how it's going to really affect us when UPS becomes our air cargo carrier. Now, I know for me, we do use FedEx. We use FedEx for, AAA, all that stuff, express mail, and it's taken to the airport. So I guess we'll no longer be going to the FedEx side. We'll be going to the UPS side. And I don't know if there's going to be a difference in pickup as far as what time it has to be to the airport. What are we taking? What are we not taking? The labeling. So in the next couple of months, you're probably going to be seeing, especially if you're working at a plant, new things coming online as far as how we're going to be processing or sending out this mail now by UPS. Now, we do send some stuff out by UPS, you know what I'm saying, right now, but we weren't sending that amount of air cargo out the way we were sending air cargo out with FedEx. So now this has changed, and we had not have to roll with these new changes. We have to roll with the fact that in a couple of months, the contract drivers that are left on the roster have to be gone. And it's not no, oh, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, maybe we can keep them. No, they have to be gone. They have a time period. Some of them are slowly leaving. I don't know if you noticed at your plant, some of your contract drivers, you haven't seen them, or they've decreased the amount of people that they need to use because we're no longer using them. So with that being said, on April Fool's Day, because that's not a joke about UPS and FedEx. I've been told y'all that, but you know, us using FedEx no more and using UPS, it's going to be probably different. I don't think it would be, guys, some clusterfuck of whatever going on. I think it may be smooth because we're already using UPS, but we're going to give them more because FedEx was doing a whole lot of our air cargo. So now we're going to give it to UPS. Not saying they can't handle it, which we know they probably can, but the way we're going to go about processing it probably will be a bit different. So that happened today. So the announcement is official. We are not using FedEx come September 29th. Their contract ends, because what happens is when they were doing the contract negotiations, remember, when there's a deal between two companies, two entities, there has to be oversight, and then they have to report why they couldn't make a deal. So FedEx reported that the post office didn't like the numbers. They didn't like what was being offered. I guess the FedEx didn't want to counter, so that fell through. And now the one with UPS has been approved. What was funny enough, though, is the fact that due to this announcement about FedEx no longer carrying our mail, their stocks dropped. Their stocks dropped. UPS stocks went up. And our shareholders, because y'all keep forgetting, the post office, USPS, the Postal Service as an entity, has shareholders. They have shareholders. Trust and believe that. So our shit rose as well. But FedEx went down, UPS went up. So we got to see what's going to happen with FedEx as far as their stock prices. If you own some stock in FedEx, keep an eye on it. The closer we get to that September 29th date. And then also keep an eye if you got UPS. If you're a UPS worker, y'all have stock options and stuff in your company. Check on that. And then also, too, it may be a little bit different for UPS, because now We're going to have a dedicated, we took FedEx's whole plane. So now we're going to take UPS's whole shit now for our air cargo. So that's going to be a whole big difference. And also, too, this affects FedEx pilots as well. Because the majority of pilots were doing these air cargo flights. And now that we're their biggest customers, they now may not even need half these pilots. So you're going to probably see a fallout in the next couple of months with FedEx. They may be laying off. UPS has been laying off and doing stuff too, but FedEx may be laying off some of their pilots. Look for their pilots because they're the ones flying the cargo planes. And if you don't need as many cargo planes, you don't need that many pilots, right? Right. So just coming out here giving y'all a little bit of this tea and on April Fool's Day. They brought it out on April Fool's Day. They made the announcement on April 1st. Like the stupid ass announcement they made about cultivating workplace and safety. Fuck out of here. But anyway. So, just wanted to come and say, hey, happy Monday. Let's get this week motherfucker started. Let's get rolling. Let's get this rest of this year because, baby, we ain't... Every day is a treat. We get something different every motherfucking day. Don't know what's going to come tomorrow. Or the next day. Or the next day. That's why we got to stay on top of it. That's why I give y'all the information that you can what? Use to put in your what? In your toolbox, baby. Oh, and also, one last thing before I go. MHAs, I know in some locations, because y'all been emailing me and leaving comments and shit. Listen, some of y'all have gone from some hours to no hours. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. So, I feel for y'all. I really, really do. Like Miss K told y'all before, do what you got to do, baby, to survive. Because if my slave ship, they talking about cutting again. So shout out to my fucking MHAs, the ones who holding on by a thin thread because they're not giving y'all no hours, baby. Shit, we getting overtime cut, but y'all not guaranteed hours. Some of y'all right now, y'all not getting shit. And I respect y'all, I really do. A lot of times, y'all pick up the slack for us raggedy ass craft workers. Not me per se, but whatever. But I know it's hard right now. So don't let that shit shake y'all. Don't. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Because I know in some areas it's rough right now. It's roughity rough. So don't worry about that shit. Do what you gotta do. Keep the hustle going. And guess what? If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. Nobody will be mad at you. But right now, we do feel for y'all because it's going across the country and shit is crazy. And a lot of y'all telling me what's going on and y'all have to quit or get a whole nother job. So I feel y'all. We ain't forget about you, okay? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Y'all have the rest of a beautiful fucking day. It was a beautiful day today. And if you had the slave ship, I'm sorry. If you're off today, good for you. And guess what? Miss K will see y'all on the next time. So always remember my postal freaks. Love and light. Peace.